Hello students, I am Sandhya. I'm glad to connect with you all for our 7th English lesson. This is our first session of the 7th lesson, the Golden Touch. The Golden Touch. What is it all about? Are we going to learn something about the metals, gold? What is this Golden Touch? Keep imagining what this lesson is going to be. We will find the answers for all your questions as this story or the lesson unfolds. I'm also curious to know about this. In this lesson, we are going to read an interesting story, and in grammar part, we are going to learn about possessive adjectives and interrogative pronouns. As always, let us kickstart the session with a PEP activity. Now, look at your screen. This is your PEP activity 7.1. There are two parts to this activity. I shall explain the instructions for you. In the first part of the activity, there are some situations given. Read the given situations and you need to put a cross mark for Meena's incorrect behavior. For the second part, write your response as how could Meena have behaved instead in each situation. That means according to you, what is the right behavior? Let me read the instructions for you. It says, read the following situations carefully, put a cross for Meena's incorrect behavior. First one, meet Meena. She has come to a birthday party. She sees her friend is playing with an expensive toy and she wants it too. So what she is doing it here? Let us see the options given. She demands her parents to buy it for her. The same toy she is demanding from her parents. The second option, takes it away from her friend while she is playing with it. Which is the right behavior? If it is wrong according to you, put a cross. The second situation, it is Meena's friend Riya's birthday. Now, he has brought chocolates to give it to everyone in the class. He tells Meena that he has just one chocolate for each person. It is Meena's favorite chocolate. So, Meena takes 3 chocolates from the box. The second one, she takes 1 chocolate and asks him to bring more later. So, here also, according to you, if whatever is the right behavior, you can put a tick. Otherwise, if you think it is an incorrect behavior, you can put a cross. Is it very simple to answer? Well, now it is your turn to work on this activity. Open page number 23 of your studio, write today's date. Else, you can use your notebook, write today's date and also mention the activity as PEP activity 7.1 before you begin. Now, you may pause the video for 15 minutes to work on and play once you're done. Welcome back. Was that easy to complete? I feel it is inappropriate on our part to snatch any gift from others, or it can be a toy or any other belongings of someone else. We should not snatch or demand it from our parents. We should not feel jealous about what others are having. Whatever we have, we should feel happy about it and we should always feel contented with what we have. Now, we should never feel greedy or jealous on others' things. I hope all of you will agree with me. Now, let us read a story to understand what the connection with the PEP activity this has. Now listen to the audio of the story carefully and follow the text either in your studio or on your screen.
The Golden Touch. Here is the story of a famous king called Midas. Read on to find out more. Once upon a time, there lived a rich king called Midas. He loved gold and had a room full of gold objects. He had a little daughter called Marigold.
Marigold is a nice name, isn't it? Notice that there is a small fact given in the blue box alongside the story. It says gold was one of the early metals to be discovered by man. That's a good information. So, we are using this metal called gold from very old days. Now let us continue the story.
One day, a fairy suddenly appeared before him. "I can grant you one wish. Ask me anything you want," said the fairy. "I want everything I touch to turn to beautiful gold," said the king. "Are you quite sure this will make you happy?" asked the fairy. "Of course it will," King Midas said quickly. "Let it be as you wish then," said the fairy and disappeared. King Midas awoke early the next day. He was eager to see if the fairy had kept his promise. He first touched the bed lightly with his hand. It turned to gold. King Midas was the happiest man in the world. He touched everything in the room. All of it turned to gold. He touched the lovely roses in the garden and they turned to gold. King Midas was so happy and wanted to sing and dance. King Midas went back to the palace. He saw little Marigold crying. "What happened?" he asked. Marigold said, "Father, all the roses in the garden are yellow and seem to be made of gold. They no longer smell sweet." "Oh, don't cry," said Midas. "Come, give me a hug." Marigold threw her arms around him.
Oh, what do you think will happen next? I feel that girl would also turn into gold. Oh my, how it will be. What is your thought on it? Let's continue the story to know about this.
At once, the little girl changed into a golden statue. The king was shocked. He cried, "My child! Oh, what have I done?" King Midas called upon the fairy. "Please take away this wish. Just give me back my little daughter," he cried. The next moment, the fairy stood before him. "Do you still think gold is the greatest thing in the world?" asked the fairy. "No, no," cried the king. "I have learnt my lesson. I will not be so greedy anymore," he said. "Very well," said the fairy. "Use the water from the river that flows near your garden. Sprinkle it over anything that you wish to change back." King Midas did as the fairy told him. He sprinkled water over the golden statue of little Marigold, and she came back to life. King Midas had finally lost his greed for gold.
That was an interesting story, right? So, what lesson did King Midas learn from this story? I feel he would have learned a big lesson that one should not feel the greediness on anything. This will spoil not only our own life but also the people around us. So, we always should feel happy and contented with what we have. I'm sure you will all agree with me. Now, let us see the new words given in the story, and also we will try to create some sentences with that story. Ready to go? See, look at your screen. The first word is appear. That means come into sight. My sentence which comes in my mind using this word appear is, an angel suddenly appeared in my dreams. Second word, eager. This means wanting to do something or wanting to have something. Very strongly you have that wish. Eagerness we say. Okay. So one sentence that comes in my mind is, I'm eager to visit my grandparents. Third word, statue. This could be a carved stone sculpture kind of a thing. In this story's context, this means becoming lifeless. Now, let's try and create a sentence with this new word. I saw a beautiful statue in the exhibition. So now we are able to see the connection between the PEP activity we did and with the story. Similar to the King Midas, Meena was also jealous, feeling jealous on others' belongings, right? Well, we have learnt a beautiful message from this story. Now, we have come to this end of this session. In the next session, let us apply the theme of this lesson, this story, through some activities and check our understanding of the theme of the lesson. Till then, read the story once or twice to understand it better. And also, don't forget to create your own sentences using the new words, whatever we have learnt. Write them all in your notebook. This will help you to remember these words and also will help you to use these words appropriately in your conversations with your teachers, family members, and in your day-to-day conversations. Till then, bye.